Top of policymakers' minds these days are economic security issues, like Russia's use of energy supply chains to pressure countries over their support of Ukraine, or, for example, growth in China's advanced technology capabilities, and a choice whether to continue to maintain supply chain links that feed that growth. These questions matter to the great powers. They also matter to the small, to the medium, to the emerging powers that in different arenas are holding more leverage than they used to over the balance of power. As far back as ancient Greece, countries have looked to international exchange to do things like boost their wealth, improve their economic and military capabilities, and of course, to accelerate innovation. Those international economic links have also always served to underpin relationships between countries, whether they're friendly or even hostile ones. Unlike ancient Greece, I write in this report that modern economic security is complex and it's interconnected. This is because of advances in technology and also because of deep global markets. Now, global economic exchange involves not just goods, people, and money, but also information, ideas, and services, and combinations of these. I also write that economic tools are just one part of a larger government toolkit. They sit there alongside military, diplomatic, information, and other tools. If you're interested in what economic security looks like today, you'll find this report useful. You'll also find it useful if you're interested in what lessons we can learn from the past. I've chosen 3 vignettes that help us to understand how economic security policies involve choices to deepen economic links, as well as to reduce or even to try and sever them. The first example I use in the report is the multilateral export controls used by the US and others in the COCOM group starting in the 1950s. The second I move to is US freer trade policies used around the same era. The third is Japan's transformation in its economic security policy over the course of the 20th and 21st century following the Second World War. Bringing these together, I draw on academic research to design a process for making economic security policies that moves countries, I'm focusing here on Australia, towards their desired economic security futures. To test this process out, I use the example of advanced US semiconductor export controls. I run it through the framework, and it reveals some interesting insights, both into what the US is trying to achieve and also what some of the likely outcomes of those policies are going to be. Finally, I focus squarely on Australian policymakers to think about how Australia can make coordinated and strategic economic security policies that account for the features of the international system we live in. More than that, I propose the kind of ecosystem for policymaking we need that will help us to be ahead of shaping elements in that system that our children and our children's children will be living in. So read the report to find out more and to discover the policies I think we need to drive the energy, food, productivity, education, ultimately the economic security future that we want.